Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for interleague football. St. Mary had a big win over Kip, two Lynn teams in the first game. Now English is taking on Lawrence in the second game. Lawrence kicked off. English will get it at their 25-yard line. From the 25, first and 10. They try to run it straight ahead. They might have got a yard. Jordan Hernandez with the carry.
Second down 10, ball flips, winning was 25.
So nothing on the play. It'll be second and 10. The quick out, caught. Not for very much. Remember Thomas with the pass. Samari Omosefi with the carry, with the catch.
They'll bring up a third down and 8, ball from the Lynn English, 27.
So they picked up 2 on the play. It'll be third down and 8. Three wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Quick pass incomplete.
Thomas's pass intended for number 4, Elijah Wallace, is incomplete.
Elijah Wallace was the intended receiver, so to bring up a fourth down. English will kick it away. Jordan Hernandez will do the honors. With any kind of a run back, Lawrence could get pretty good field position. Good kick. Pushes him back to the 35-yard line. Hit and dropped right about midfield.
On the return for the Lancers.
Elian Pena with the hit. I'm going to put it at the 49-yard line.
First and 10 for the Lancers on their own 49-yard line.
So first and 10 for the Lawrence Lancers. The Lancers against the Bulldogs. 2 wideouts, 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. We're going to whistle for something. It's going to go against English.
Offsides on the Bulldogs. They'll be first and 5.
English jumped.
Bulldogs 46-yard line.
So it'll be first and 5. Jaden Abreu. It's a name people will certainly know in the city of Lynn. I don't know if he's related to the English basketball coach. He's the quarterback. Looking to throw the quick out. Caught. Inside the 40-yard line.
Jaden Brady's pass is complete to number 1, Jadis Cartagena. Corey Lanter's first down. Be first and 10 for the Lancers from the Bulldogs, 34-yard line.
So 12 yards and the first down is picked up by the Lancers. Running straight ahead into a crowd. They push it forward a little bit. Thomas Rodriguez.
26, Dylan Sosa on the runs of the Lancers, brought down by a sea of Bulldog defenders. The gain of 2 will set up the Lancers with a 2nd and 8. Ball be placed at the Bulldogs, 32-yard line.
Second and 8. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Motion coming to the near side. They fake to the motion man. They throw a little screen. Good defense. Nice defense by Hernandez. That could have gone a lot further.
LEHS. Brought down by number 14, Jordan Hernandez of the Bulldogs. We get 3rd for the Lancers.
They picked up 5.
27-yard line.
3rd and 3, obviously in 4-down territory here. They try to run it straight ahead. They're not going to get the first down. That was Ozari and Ventura.
Ventura on the run for the Lancers. Brought down by a sea of Bulldogs defenders. It'll be a 4th and 1 for the Lancers.
They put it down at the 25. So it's come down to 4th and 1. And we're going to get a timeout called, I think, by Lawrence. They were bouncing around trying to get where they're supposed to be position-wise, and they didn't want to get a penalty.
Timeout, Lawrence.
The traffic right now has been unbelievable. Every spot in the parking lot here at Manning Field was filled. There were parking spots they never parked before. And now, with the game over, St. Mary's, that traffic trying to get out of here and other traffic trying to get in here for this game, it is a mess out there. The Lancers held English off, and now they're trying to move it. They picked up 1 first down. They need a yard for their second to keep the drive alive. And they're going to go under center with the brew. They run straight ahead. They got just enough. They didn't need much. They didn't get much.
Run for the Lancers.
Ventura.
It'll be a 1st down run. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Bulldogs.
They needed the 24. They got the 24. So they just get the first down. And they keep the drive alive. Pretty good night. It's cooled off a little bit. The weather has been so bad. 3 soccer games that were supposed to be played here last night, all 3 were canceled because of the heat. The ball goes to the ground. English says they have it. They busted in from the far side. They almost looked like they were offside. Looked like Mac Peters. And they were offside. I said they looked like they were offside. They came running in. They were into the backfield before the ball got to the quarterback. So they were celebrating. And now it's going to be 1st and 5 for the Lancers. Peters made the play, but they busted in, and they were in the backfield almost at the same time the ball got to the quarterback. That was one time I didn't want to be right. First and 5. And they took too much time. So they gained 5, now they're going to lose 5. So we giveth and we taketh away. It'll be back to 1st and 10 at the 24. That was not a pass. That was a lateral. He threw that behind the line of scrimmage. That should have been where the ball went out of bounds. Lawrence is getting a break there. That was way behind. The intended receiver broke. He was almost 10 yards behind the quarterback when the quarterback threw that ball. That should have been a live ball. Tipped at the line of scrimmage. I think that was Mitchell Purda who got a piece of that. It'll be 3rd and 10. Coach Anthony LaFrada is still getting his feet wet with this English team. Third and 10. Motion to the near side. Looking. In trouble. Has to let it go. Picked off and dropped. They had it. Jordan Hernandez has made a couple of big plays already. He had it, and he couldn't hold on. So it'll be 4th and 10. So slightly past the halfway mark of this first period. The English is trying to make it, well, it was going to be 2 wins if English wins because there was 2 Lynn teams playing in the first game. So Lynn has already got 1 win. Dropping back over the middle, looking to throw, caught a little bit behind him. He broke over the middle. He was open, got a hand on it, couldn't hold on. So the Lancers ate up a lot of clock. They picked up 2 first downs, but they turned the ball over. And English will have it at the 24-yard line. Ready to go on offense for the second time. Remember Thomas trying to go straight ahead, bounces off a couple of people, stays on his feet. Might have picked up a couple. Out to the 27.
The Bulldogs up with a 2nd and 6. Ball be placed at their own 27.
So he picked up 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Coming in motion, getting a handoff. Gets across to 30.
Number 18, Jordan M.
Jordan M.
Bulldogs, but there is a flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play. Holding against English.
Penalty is on the Bulldogs for holding, and that play will be brought back as a result.
They move it back to the 17.
After the penalty, it'll be 2nd and 15 for the Bulldogs. Ball be placed at their own 18-yard line.
Looking to throw. They set up the screen. It's caught. But they snuff it out pretty quickly.
Rosario's pass is complete.
Jaden Rosario was in there now as the quarterback. They picked up 7. They got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Bulldogs. Ball be placed at their own 24-yard line.
So it'll be 3rd and 10. Double the wideouts to either side. In trouble, trying to get away, can't, gonna get wrapped up and sacked. English will have to kick it away, and the Lancers could get very good field position without a run back.
Number 5, Gabe Rosario is sacked by Lancer.
The ball's back to the 16-yard line. He lost 8.
We 4th and long for the Bulldogs.
High snap. He gets the kickoff. I said they'd have good field position. They're going to have great field position. They almost could have had a touchback, but Hernandez did a great job just to get the kick off. And the ball's going to be down at the 26-yard line.
Bulldogs, 26-yard line.
So it's only a 10-yard punt. And it was almost a even more disaster. So they're back at it, deep in English territory. English defense called on again. Off the right side.
Number 9, Aaron Reyes on the run.
Justin
Lancers
De La Rosa.
brought down by number 18, Jordan M. of the Bulldogs. Be a pick of 4, and also after the Lancers with a 2nd and 6.
Quick out, blocked again. Nice job. I think that was
Brady's pass is incomplete.
Limber Thomas.
Knocked down by number 7, Mitchell Schroeder of the Bulldogs. Be 3rd and 6 for the Lancers.
3rd and 6. Again, obviously in 4-down territory here. We're winding down this first period. They run it straight ahead. He's going to walk in the end zone for a touchdown. Urin Reyes.
Reyes runs it in for a Lancers rushing touchdown.
26 yards in 3 plays. And field position finally pays off for the Lancers. That short kick. Danny Mejia is looking for the extra point. No good.
The extra point is no good for the Lancers. 1:07 to go in the first quarter. Score is Florence Lancers 6, the English Bulldogs 0. Want to send a reminder that concession stand is
Just
open
over a minute
for
left.
drinks. Go get yourself something to eat or drink. Thank you.
So English will have to go back to work. Looking for their first down. Trailing 6-0. Huge night. A lot of people showed up for the first game. Crowd here. Tough trip. Lawrence brought some people. Lynn sideline. Pretty well filled. Nice to see. Mejia will kick it off. At the 10-yard line. Straight ahead, across the 30.
Number 18, Jordan M on the return for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, put it, I think, at the 34. English will take a timeout.
Timeout, Lynn English.
The scoreboard says they changed it now. They put 12 minutes up for the second period. I think they thought that was the end of the period, but it's a timeout. Just under a minute left in this first period. Now they are marching it off. That is the last play of the first period.
That's the end of the first quarter. After 1, Lawrence 6, Lynn English 0.
So that one touchdown virtually ends the period. Kings will have it at their 34-yard line. the first time we've been looking to our left. Everything has been to the right in English territory. Now it's still English territory, but they're going the other way. Motion. They fake it and hit and dropped.
For 5, Jay Rosario sacked behind the line of scrimmage.
He was
By
looking to
Landry
hand it off,
Landers.
looking to pitch it, and he wound up getting stuck with it.
Be a loss of 4 and set the Bulldogs up with a 2nd and 14. Ball be placed at their own 30-yard line.
So he lost 4 on the play. I don't think he was supposed to wind up with it, but he did. He got drilled. Double the wideouts to either side. The quick out, can't hold on, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. It'll be a 3rd and 14 for the Bulldogs.
So 3rd and 14. They let it fly. Incomplete, overthrown.
Zario's pass intended for number 6, Josh Anderson, is incomplete. And it'll be 4th and 14 for the Bulldogs.
They got the kick away. Lawrence will field it, happed it, they lost it. It's on the ground. Lawrence finally picks it up. There's a flag on the play. I don't know. I don't know if they can call interference on the receiver because he didn't signal fair catch. They bobbled it a couple of times. English almost recovered it. Let's see what the flag is about. He had it, he bobbled it, he dropped it, and English looked like they might get it. Looks like it's something against.
Blindside block on the return penalty by the Lancers.
I think it's something against Lawrence. It's against Lawrence. So they're going to push him back inside the 20. Inside the 10. Or inside the 15, I should say. They put it at the 18-yard line.
After the penalty, it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Lancers. Ball be placed on their own 13-yard line.
I'll correct it. It's the 13-yard line. They run straight ahead, a yard, maybe 2.
Number 2 was Arian Ventura on the run.
Ventura.
It'll be a 2-yard pickup, and it'll result in a 2nd and 8 for the Lancers.
So they picked up 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Over the middle, tipped up in the air. They got a hand on it.
Brayu's pass
Looked like Sola was going to be open for that play, and English got a hand on it.
to the Lancers.
Tipped it up in the air, but it went incomplete. So it's going to be 3rd and 8. English would love to shut him down here. And forcing the punt from deep in their own end. We're in the second period. Long has scored virtually the end of the first period. Taking advantage of a short punt. That almost was a touchback with a high snap that got away from the kicker. He just barely got the kick off. And now English jumps. And it's going to cost English 5.
Penalty is on the Bulldogs outside.
So that helps them a little bit.
It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Lancers after the penalty. Ball be placed on their own 20-yard line.
3rd and 3. The Lancers took a long time snapping that ball, and they still hadn't snapped it. English got a little antsy and jumped. Not going anywhere. A pile of English jerseys.
Number 2, Rosarian Ventura on the run for the Lancers.
All over the ball carrier, Reyes.
It will be a loss of 1.
They lose a yard.
It'll be 4th down for the Lancers on their own 19.
So they'll have to kick it away. And English, with a run back, could get very good field position. Without a run back, should get decent field position. Haven't had any yet. Their best position was their own 34. Kind of a line drive. It's going to go out of bounds. They're going to get very good field position at about the 37-yard line. So both punters have had a problem. English's punter was lucky to get the kickoff with the high snap. This was just off the side of the foot. And English will have it at the 37-yard line. Just under 9 minutes left in this second period. English with an opportunity here. Three wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. I think it's Thomas back in there at quarterback. Rolling to the near side, in trouble. Still in trouble, stays on his feet. And he wound up losing, yeah, but he could have lost them along more.
Number 1, Lindbergh Thomas is sacked behind the line of scrimmage.
He lost 2.
Will be a loss of 2. It sets Bulldogs up with a 2nd and 12. Ball be placed on the Lancers 39-yard line.
Double wideouts to either side. Looking to throw. And so Mario Omasefi had to turn to a defensive back to block that. That was going to be picked off. There was a Lancer player right there. Going to hit him right in the belt buckle.
It'll be 3rd and 12 for the
And
Bulldogs.
Omasefi knocked it down. So now it's 3rd and 12. in trouble and going to get buried again.
Thomas is sacked behind the line of scrimmage by number 2, O'Darian Ventura of Lawrence.
They would just go get the quarterback, and they went and got him.
They'll be 4th and long for the Bulldogs after the sack.
So they lost 5 more.
Timeout, Lynn English.
English wants to talk about it. Just over 7 minutes left. English doesn't have a first down. Looked like they were in a pretty good spot there on that short kick. They had it at the Lawrence 37-yard line. They wound up losing 7 yards and giving Lawrence pretty good field position at their own 44. 6-0 the score. Lawrence scored basically the last play basically of the first period. A 22-yard scamper by Urian Reyes. They missed the conversion. That's where we are, 6-0. English's defense has been out on the field most of the time. They kick it into the end zone. That's going to bring it out. They bring it out, I believe, to the 25. Used to be the 20. Now they are putting it at the 20. I thought when the end zone went to 25, but it's at the 20.
Lancers will be set up with a 1st and 10. Ball be placed on their own 20-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 20. We had a barn burn in the first game. St. Mary's beating Kip 22-20. Kip had the ball down at the 12-yard line with time running down, and English forced a fumble and recovered it. Quick out, caught, dropped. Carter Jenner was the intended receiver.
Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Lancers at their own 20-yard line.
So Lawrence hasn't really set the world on fire offensively. The touchdown they had, they only had to go 26 yards. And the touchdown covered 22 of those 26 yards. Second and 10, 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. They run it straight ahead. Lindbergh Thomas is there to break it up. Thomas Rodriguez.
26 still in close on the run for the Lancers. Brought down by number 7, Mitchell Carter of the Bulldogs. It'll be a 2-yard gain and set the Lancers up with a 3rd and 8 from their own 22.
3rd and 8 from the 22. Again, 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Abreu dropping back, looking to throw, lets it fly. I don't know if he didn't see it.
Braves pass intended for number 13,
Freddie Scholler was wide open. He looked like he was going to catch it and go for a touchdown. At the last minute, I don't know if the lights got in his eyes. He just waved off and didn't make the play. English got a huge break there. He was wide open, and at the last minute, he just kind of waved like, I can't see it. I don't know if he looked up in the lights. So they'll kick it away as long as Hustle's their 11th player out in the field. High snap. The kick is away. Takes a little bit of a Lawrence bounce. It's going to go out at the 45-yard line.
After the punt, the Bulldogs will be set up as a first.
So the Dogs have decent field position again. They just have to take advantage of it. They're -5 yards. They got -16 rushing, 11 passing for a -5 with no first downs with just under 6 minutes left in the half. This is a very young English team. You only have a few seniors. Trying to run it straight ahead, not going anywhere.
Number 1, First Thomas at the quarterback keep. It'll be a gain of 1. And the Bulldogs will be set up as a 2nd and 9. Maryland 46.
Thomas with the carry. He got a yard. 2nd and 9. Trying to throw it over the middle. It was short. Didn't get there.
Number 6, Josh Anderson is incomplete.
Anderson was the intended receiver.
3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs.
Another 3rd and long from English. Rosario was at quarterback. They double the wideouts to either side. Looking, he gets overrun. He didn't get a chance to even look downfield.
Behind the line of scrimmage by a group of Lancer defenders.
Everybody and his brother in a white shirt was all over Rosario. They lost 7 yards.
It'll be 4th and long for the Bulldogs.
4th and 16. Again, a high snap, but he gets it and gets the kick away. Lawrence lets it go. They go out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. They're going to put it at the 18, I think. That's where they put it.
After the punt, Lancers will take over with a 1st and 10. Ball be placed at
Final
the
4 minutes of this first half. Lawrence has the only score. Taking advantage of a short punt that came when they almost snapped the ball over the punter's head. It almost got blocked. He just got away, but it only went out to the 26-yard line. Took them 2 plays to score. They wrap up the ball carrier in the backfield.
Number 26, Philip Schultz on the run for the Lancers. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Rodriguez.
Be 2nd and 14 for the Lancers.
They lost back to the 14 for a 4-yard loss. Three wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. Looking to throw, they dump it off, it's caught. Breaking a tackle out front, getting a block. They're not going to get him. In for the touchdown is David Manning.
Number 5, Jane Abreu's pass is complete to number 10, David Mannion. For
86 yards.
touchdown.
He got it along the sideline. He got a great help. Anybody was going to get anywhere near him, they had a block, and they were able to get a step and block anybody that looked like they might get close to tackling him. And he just all the way to the end zone, 86 yards. They're over 100 yards passing. And he only had 4 first downs. The long run for a touchdown, and now the long pass for the touchdown. And he just caught it over the middle, broke it to the outside, got loose, and there were English players there, but they couldn't get to him because he had a blocker with him. I didn't get the number of the blocker. I wish I did. He did a nice job. He just stood up and got in the way of the blockers. He didn't even try to block him. He just tried to get in their way so they couldn't get to the receiver, Manning. So that's a tough touchdown to give up with under 3 minutes left in this first half. And English has done nothing offensively. They've had, first couple they had tough field position, but after that they've had good field position and just haven't been able to take advantage. Lawrence has been sending everybody after the quarterback and the running back, and they've been running right into a whole bunch of white shirts. They haven't gained an inch running the ball. They've lost 22 yards. They've only completed 2 passes for 11. They don't have a first down. And they're working on the player down in the end zone. I think that was on the last. They tackled him just as they were stepping into the end zone. Both players went down. And it's the English player that stayed down. And I don't know who that was or is. Trainers are working on him. English was forced to punt. Snap was high. Kicker had to go get it, and he had to get away from it, not have it blocked by the oncoming defender. Stepped aside, kicked it, it went out of bounds at the 26-yard line. They picked up 4 yards in 2 plays, and then it was LEHS going slightly off tackle, off the left side, slipped one tackle and then walked in the end zone to make it 6-0, and that was the end of the first period. Then English pinned him back at the 18. The first play lost 4, so it looked good with 2nd and 14 from the 14-yard line, but they threw the ball out to the near side. It was caught by Manning, and he had an escort helped him down the sideline into the end zone for the second touchdown to make it 12-0, and that's where we are with the player down in the end zone. Here at Manning Field, our hopes and our prayers are with the young man from English. He's been down. They called 911. I think they got an ambulance on the way, and we hope it's not anywhere near as serious as it looks. They're working on him down in the end zone. They're going to end the half with a couple of minutes left. In this first half, they're going to add the minutes left in the second period on to the third period. So in essence, we've reached halftime with the Lancers leading, and I believe the first play of the third period will be the 2-point conversion because they haven't tried it yet. But it's 12-0 Lawrence at halftime, and again, we hope the young man from English is going to get out of this a lot easier than it looks right now. So our thoughts and prayers are with the young English kid. 12-0 Lawrence at halftime. Welcome back to Manning Field, and our first thought is we hope that the young man from English is going to be okay. They called an ambulance. The extra point is good. First time, I've been doing this a long time, I never had the third period start with an extra point. They added on, as we mentioned, the minutes from the end of the first half onto the second half. And I believe it was Shane Knowlton Samad. They brought him in, and the ambulance came and caught him out. I think it was his mother that was with him. And our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family and his teammates. We hope that everybody's going to be okay. English is lining up like they're going to kick off. They're going to receive the kick. They're not. Oh, I'm sorry. I got confused now. The Lancers make the 1-point conversion to make it 13-0. And now they're going to get the ball because this is right now we're starting the second half. That was part of the end of the second period. And now, starting the second half, English kicks off because they received it starting the game. Although they probably should get the ball for a couple of minutes because they added on a couple of minutes to this third period. At the 20-yard line. Getting a step down the sideline. Are they going to get him? They push him out of bounds. Alessandro Munoz saved a touchdown. Alessandro Munoz knocked him out. It was Justin De La Rosa that almost broke it. It was almost another big play. They're down to the English 24-yard line.
After the return, the Lancers will be set up with a 1st and 10.
56 yards on the return. And they're set up at the 24, 1st and 10. Looking to add to their 13-0 lead. They run it straight ahead, breaking a couple of tackles.
Number 26, Dylan Sosa on the run. The Lancers brought down by number 1, Lindbergh Thomas of the Bulldogs.
He picked up 7.
Be a 7-yard pickup and set the Lancers up with a 2nd and 3.
Second and 3. They throw it deep in the end zone, overthrowing everybody. It was like one receiver and 4 defenders. I think it was Karan Span was the intended receiver in the end zone. They're going to mark it off against
Second and 8 for the Lancers after the penalty.
They mark it back to the 22. So it'll be 2nd and 8. We are now officially into the third period with those extra minutes run off the clock. The quick out caught. And Jadis Cartagena.
Complete to number 1, Jadis Cartagena, who was brought down by English defenders.
Waiting to see where they put the ball down. They put it at the 18. He picked up 4.
Ball replaces the Bulldogs 23.
So they need 4. I thought it was 4th down. But no, the incomplete pass is wiped out by the penalty. Started to the left side, runs it to the right side for a first down. That was Rodriguez. Picked up 7, needed 4, so he gets the first down. 1st and 10 from the 11. They can get a first down at the 1. Straight ahead, a pile of white shirts pushing forward.
Number 26, Dylan Sosa.
Rodriguez again.
Be a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 6.
Down to the 7, he picked up 4. So Lawrence leading 13-0, eating up time here in the third period. Abreu wound up with it. I don't think he was supposed to.
Number 5, Jaden Abreu with the quarterback key.
We're going to play it down again. They got to the 5 for a pickup of 2. It'll be 3rd and 4. Again, as we mentioned, Shane Knowlton Samad, I was told, was the player that got hurt. And again, our thoughts and our prayers go out to him, his family, and his teammates and coaches. We hope it's nowhere near as serious as it looked like. We hope he's going to be okay. And now we got English player getting up and favoring that left ankle, walking out under his own steam. It's Jacob Thag Vonse. In Thavongse. And we're going to get a timeout. Called by the Lancers. Intavongse is walking a little bit better with the trainer along the sideline. So favor that left ankle. We look at the scoreboard with 8:22 left in this 3rd period. And most people are thinking more about Shane Knowlton Samad than the game itself.
We have the winning ticket for the 50.
And it was kind of crazy because the 86-yard pass play, it was Samad making the tackle in the end zone, and he and the receiver stepping into the end zone were the only 2 people there. So it was hard to imagine somebody getting hurt, but it must have been just the way he came down. Well, it was came down wrong way on his foot or his back, or hurt something going down, because he was down and never got back up again. And he finally took him away on the stretcher. And again, our thoughts and prayers go to him and his family. So 3rd and 4. They go under center. Looking to throw. They let it fly wide open in the end zone. Friendly Soler. Makes it 19-0 on the 5-yard pass play. They only had to go 24 yards on a great 56-yard return by Justin De La Rosa. And the kick by Mahir is good. He's 2 for 3.
Kicked in by number 99, Danny Mahia.
So it's a much bigger hole that English has got themselves in. Just under 8 minutes left in this 3rd period as they kick it away. At the 11-yard line. And gets run over before he gets to the 25. That was Omari Omasefi. They put it at the 24.
After the return, the Bulldogs will be set up in the third.
English will have it
Ball will be played
for the first time here in the third period. Rosario will be the quarterback. They flip-flop with him and Limbert Thomas. Double wideouts to either side. Looking to throw, in trouble, going to get run over. Lawrence just been putting their heads down and going after the quarterback.
Rosario is stacked behind the line of scrimmage by number 17, KJ Span of the Lancers.
Back to the 14, they lost 10.
After the sack, it'll be second and long for the Bulldogs, a third and 14.
He was going back to throw. He didn't even have time to even turn around and look downfield. They were all over him. Lawrence will certainly win the battle at the line of scrimmage. In trouble again. Looking, lets it fly, almost picked off. That was a little bit desperation. There's a flag on the play. Illegal receiver downfield for English.
Penalty is on the Bulldogs, and eligible man downfield.
I would assume that they would refuse it, and they do.
It'll be third and 10 for the Bulldogs, a third and long for the Bulldogs.
3rd and 20. Three wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. Had it, couldn't hold on to it.
Sorry, was passed intended for number 7, Mitchell Carter, is incomplete. It'll be 4th and long for the Bulldogs, their own 14.
So they'll have to kick it away.
Timeout, Glenn English.
Just under 5 minutes left with the timeout. English having a really tough time offensively. They've only had 2 rushing plays that gain yardage. One was for a yard and one was for 3 yards. They completed 2 passes. Way back in the first period. Kick is away. They get out of the way and let it go. And it's going to drop dead at the 45-yard line. So if you talk about field position, along with the score, It's all Lawrence.
After the punt, the Lancers will be set up with a 1st and 10. Ball will be placed
Their deepest penetration has been
45-yard line.
to Lawrence 37, and that was the short punch that got them at the 37. And they wound up losing back to the 44. Off the left side, staying on his feet, finally driven down by Jordan Hernandez.
Number 26, Dylan Sosa on the run for the Lancers. Will be a 1st down run and set the Lancers up with a 1st and 10. Ball will be placed in Bulldog territory.
Picked up 10 yards and a 1st down. Bouncing off a couple of people, he was hit at the line of scrimmage, but they didn't stop him.
Number 26, Dylan Sosa on the run for the Lancers. Will be a 7-yard pickup and set them up with a 2nd and 3.
To the 28. A pickup of 7, 2nd and 3. And I just found out they just handed me a new and improved Lancer roster. They handed out 2. And I've been saying Rodriguez, and I've been wondering why the announcer is calling Dylan Sosa. They complete the pass, but they're going nowhere. Friendly Soler made the catch. They lost 2.
Abreu's pass is complete to number 3, Tomas Blanco.
So it'll be 3rd and 5.
2-yard loss and set the Lancers up with a 3rd and 5 on the Bulldogs' 30-yard line.
So I guess I have the legitimate roster now. I don't know why they would pass out 2. They try to run it off the right side, nothing doing. And that's Sosa again.
26, Dylan Sosa on the run for the Lancers. He was brought down by number 60, Larry.
He lost 2.
The Bulldogs.
So it's going to be 4th and 7.
4th and 7 for the Lancers.
We're winding down this 3rd period. This could be the last play. Caught inside the 25 for a 1st down. Manning with the catch.
Abreu's pass is complete. Number 10, David Mannion for a Lancer 1st down.
To the 22, they picked up 10.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter.
So we finished the end of the 3rd period. English only had 1 possession in this 3rd period. We played 3 periods. English does not have a 1st down. Lancers have run for 65 and passed for 120. English is minus 32 rushing, 11 passing. They completed 2 passes, 1 for 2, 1 for 7. Lawrence has a touchdown in each of the 3 periods. Mejia has kicked a couple of extra points. And we've got 12 minutes left. And they're threatening again, as they have it at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10. So here we go, starting the 4th period. Nailed in the backfield. Jordan Hernandez, he's playing very well.
Number 2, Ozarian Ventura on the run for the Lancers.
Ventura coming off, he ran right in to Hernandez just as he got the ball.
It'll be a 3-yard loss and set the Lancers up with a 2nd and 13 on the Bulldogs 25.
So he lost 3 on the play. Looking to throw to the end zone. Good coverage. They're all over Sola.
It'll be 3rd and 13 for the Lancers.
Third and 13. I wonder if they'd give Mejia a shot for a field goal. She has a strong leg. Looking to throw. That was not supposed to go to him. David Manning, there was a wide open receiver. David Manning cut in front of him, almost like he was a defender blocking the pass. He tipped it to himself, took off down the sideline, and walked in for the score. So, offense by accident. $25 yards and a 1st down on the play. $45 yards in 8 plays. We got another English player down on the sideline, right over by the Lawrence bench. Mejia will look for his 3rd extra point. And we got another, right in the middle of it, we got an English player going down in the middle of the defense. They were lined up, waiting for the extra point, and the English player just went down. and the trainer was over looking at the player over on the Lawrence sideline who's laid out. Now she has to come back and look at the player that's on the end line. Coach Lafetta is there as well. It's been a tough night for English. It's been a war out there for the English. They've got everybody and his brother being helped. They're still trying to help the player way over on the other side, stretching his leg. Hopefully that's just because of the weather and the first time out, running up and down. The trainer's had a lot of work to do for Lynn English. He's earning her money tonight. Mejia will look to make it 27. And he does.
The extra point is good for the Lancers. Kicked in by number 99, Danny Mejia.
That 25-yard touchdown pass play puts the quarterback Abreu at 145 yards and puts the Lancers over 200 yards of offense. And it's 27-0. So Lynn is going to get a split. They were certainly going to win one in the first game, St. Mary's and Kip, St. Mary's being the winner. English was trying to get a sweep for Lynn teams here at Manning Field. We'll have a chance to do it again tomorrow with Lynn Classical taking on Central Rhode Island. I don't know how they come up with that game. And then Tech, I believe Tech is playing Malden. Kick is away at the 10-yard line. And gets overrun by about 10 white jerseys at the 20-yard line. So English will put it in play at their 20-yard line. I'm assuming that both English players are okay. They're working on one on the bench. The one on the far sideline, I think, is up and okay. But it's been a tough night physically, health-wise for English. Had a tough night for the English trainer. Looking to throw, can't get it off. Not going anywhere. Gets wrapped up and buried. Now we get a little extracurricular activity.
Well, you gain of 1, sets the Bulldogs up with a 2nd and 9, their own 21.
Little tempers flaring as they knock La Rosa down after the whistle. They put it back at the 20 for no gain. So they've only had 2 plays rushing that gain yardage for only 4 yards. One for 3, 1 for 1. And we got a timeout. I think coach is talking with everybody, saying, calm it down. The game is over. Coach LaFrette is out talking to the officials. Tough night for the Bulldogs. I'm not sure why the clock. I know the clock at a certain score runs. I didn't think 27 was that much, but they're letting the clock run. I'll be back to the drawing board for English. They've got to come up with some offense. And that one was just low and outside. That never had a chance of being completed.
Thomas's pass is incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Now it should be 3rd and 10. Now they change it to 3rd down. And the clock continues to run. So Horn's got a touchdown each of the first 3. They doubled up here in the 4th. Hernandez
On the run for the Bulldogs.
runs it to the 24. That's only their 3rd
4-yard gain.
rushing,
The Bulldogs up
gaining yardage.
6.
Fourth down, there's no reason to punt the ball here. We're under 2 minutes. Running time here in this 4th period. They hand it off. And they get blow the whistle so he can stop the play with everybody getting excited. Rosario with the carry. Got it to 26 for 2. So they almost got it straight. They had 4+ runs of 1, 2, 3, and 4 yards. That was it for English. They wind up with minus 26 rushing, The 11 passing came in on their first possession. They do not get a first down. And the clock is, they call the timeout. The clock is still running. They just stop it now. So in the first period, after a short punt, it was Aaron Reyes going 22 yards for the touchdown. The kick was no good. It was 6-0. They added their second touchdown late, very late. It got carried over. The end of the second period got carried over to the third period. It was a touchdown pass from Abreu to David Manning, 86 yards. The kick was good for 13-0. Then it was Abreu again to Friendly Sola for 5 yards. The kick was good again by Mejia. It was 20-0. They got the ball back. They went 45 yards in 5 plays. Macon stepped in front of one receiver, picked it off, and went the last 10 yards for the touchdown. His second catch, Abreu passes for 120. Macon had 2 catches for 96 and 2 touchdowns. That last one made it 22. And then in the fourth period, Macon again catch his third touchdown. So he went over 100 yards in receptions for 25 yards. The kick was good, made it 27, and that turned it into running time in the fourth period. And Lawrence will get off and running on the season to go 1-0, shutting out English. English didn't get a first down. They wind up with minus 26 rushing, 11 passing, no first downs. And let's hope, the biggest thing tonight, let's hope that Shane Knowlton-Samad is going to come out of this okay, considering he was carried out, and let's hope he's going to be all right. So a tough night offensive-wise, a tough night health-wise for the English Bulldogs, and let's hope it gets better as the season progresses. We'll be back here tomorrow night for Lynn Tech and Classical in a doubleheader, but right now it's 27-0. Lawrence, Overland English. Lawrence goes 1-0. English goes 0-1. 27-0 to shutting up by Lawrence. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.